An ancient philosophy suggests that everything in this universe operates according to quiet, cyclical rhythms. Just as a leaf, after its vibrant cycle of green, gently releases itself to return to Mother Earth, or as the final sunlight of the day naturally recedes to make way for the peaceful night. We, as human beings, are no different. After hours of rushing through the hectic flow of daily life, there is always an instinctive moment that urges the soul to return to its original stillness. Closing our eyes to enter sleep is not an end, but a sacred journey to shed the armor of worries, relax the mind, and reconnect with the gentle embrace of nature. In the deep heart of the Amazon rainforest, ancient trees of 1,000 years still stand, quietly guarding an absolute sanctuary of peace, waiting to welcome you to cast away all troubles and sink into a deep, serene slumber. Before we begin our journey together into the pristine and wild heart of the great forest, let us take a few brief moments for ourselves to perform an important ritual, the ritual of letting go and grounding. Observe the space around you right now. This is your room, your familiar bed, your safest and most secure sanctuary. This place is completely detached from the bustling noises outside, completely separated from the lists of unfinished tasks, and absolutely no pressure can touch you at this moment. You are protected, enveloped in a gentle stillness. Now, choose for yourself the most comfortable lying position. You can lie on your back, with both arms resting naturally along your body, or turn to one side if that makes you feel cozier. Adjust your pillow so that your neck and the back of your head are perfectly supported. Pull the warm blanket up, letting it drape gently over your chest, and feel the soft warmth from the woven fabric slowly spreading, soothing your skin. Once you have found your perfect position, slowly and gently close your eyes. No need to squeeze them shut. Just let the two eyelids touch each other in the most natural way, like soft petals closing as twilight falls. Bring your attention back to your own breath. At this moment, you do not need to try to change your breathing rhythm, nor do you need to force yourself to breathe deeply or heavily. Simply observe it. Feel the cool, fresh air slowly entering through your nostrils, making your chest gently rise. And then, as you breathe out, the warm, soothing breath carries all the tension and fatigue from deep within your body out into the open, allowing your chest and shoulders to drop slightly, sinking deeper into the soft mattress beneath you. Let us take 3 slow, even breaths together to signal to the body that now is the time to rest. The first breath. Inhale, a very gentle breath, feeling the crisp air spread through your nasal passages, filling your lungs. Hold it for a brief moment, and then exhale slowly, so smoothly. Relax all the muscles on your face. Let your forehead become as smooth as a still lake without a single ripple. The muscles around your eyes, your cheeks, and your mouth are now completely loosened. The second breath. Continue to inhale a soothing breath bringing peace deep into your mind. Hold it for a brief moment. Then gently exhale, releasing the entire weight of today. Feel your shoulders slumping, completely shedding the burdens and pressures you have carried for the past dozen hours. Your arms, from your upper arms, elbows, wrists, down to each fingertip, become soft, heavy, and completely relaxed. The third breath. Inhale deeply yet gently, welcoming the pure energy of stillness. Hold it for a brief moment, and slowly exhale, releasing the last remaining tensions in your back, your hips, and your feet. Feel your body at this moment as if it is melting away, blending into the cozy mattress underneath. Your bare feet, which have supported you through so many busy paths today, are now completely relaxed, warm, and light. Your body is now in a perfect state of grounding. You feel light, yet incredibly stable, fully supported by the ground beneath you. Every thought, every image of the past or the future no longer matters. All that exists is the present moment, your steady, rhythmic breath, and this warm voice guiding you into a world of primal peace. Before we step into the mystical space of the Amazon rainforest, if you feel these moments of relaxation bring peace to your soul, please take a second to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Each of your small interactions is not only a great source of motivation, helping the channel continue its creative journey of crafting peaceful bedtime stories, but also our way of connecting, together building an oasis of peace amidst the chaotic life. Now, continue to relax, keep your breath steady and slow, and let your mind be ready to receive the wonders that follow. Your breath has now become as steady and natural as the lapping of small waves on the night shore. You sense a new current of air, no longer the atmosphere of your familiar room, but a breeze carrying a rustic moisture, the sweet scent of flora and warm earth after a late afternoon rain from a very distant land. A land where nature still preserves its pristine, majestic, and forgiving beauty. Just let yourself float in this state of comfort, ready to step into the space of the vast, boundless jungle. The warm air from your familiar room now seems to blend, then gradually transform into an entirely new atmosphere. It is an air with a special texture, thick, cool, and brimming with the pure breath of primitive life. Imagine, in your peaceful mind, that you are being gently drifted through space, leaving behind the brilliant lights of modern cities, leaving behind the honking horns and the frantic pace of life. You are standing at the edge of one of the wildest and most mystical lands on this planet, the French Guiana Amazonian Park, a vast expanse of primeval jungle located in distant South America, where time seems to have stood still for millions of years. The space around you right now is covered in a boundless, deep green. Before your eyes, a small, rustic trail, faintly appearing beneath giant ancient canopies, leads the way deep into the heart of the forest. Try taking your first imaginary steps on that path. Your bare feet touch the soft layer of undergrowth. It is a wonderful combination of the rich, decaying fallen leaves, the cool, water-laden patches of wild moss, and the warm, smooth clay. Each step makes no sound, only a pleasant, soothing sensation radiating from the soles of your feet up your spine, bringing a profound connection with the embracing Mother Earth. Take a deep breath to sense the characteristic aroma of this space. Your sense of smell is instantly awakened by a scent that is incredibly pleasant and unique. It is not the artificial fragrance of perfume or chemicals, but the very flavor of original life. The rich scent of damp earth after a just-ended afternoon rain blends perfectly with the sweet, pure aroma of wild epiphytic orchids blooming on the high tree trunks. Somewhere in the breeze, the warm, grounded scent of old tree bark and the rustic, earthy fragrance of decaying leaves gently drift by. All combine into a natural sedative, soothing every nerve cell, leaving your mind flat and weightless. As you continue to walk deeper, the surrounding light begins a magical shift. The sun slowly lowers its brilliant golden crown behind the majestic Mont Galbao Ridge in the distance. The final rays of the day are no longer harsh. They turn into a honeyed golden orange, then gradually paint a hazy purplish pink hue onto the clouds in the sky. At the highest point of this wild sanctuary, a thin mist, like a ribbon of silver-gray silk, begins to descend. That gentle mist softly glides across the ancient canopies that stand nearly 50 meters high, tenderly cloaking everything in a mystical veil. The space opens up to a subtle transitional symphony of day and night, where light and shadow begin to dance a soft dance of convergence. At this moment, look up at the high canopy. The giant leaf of the ceiba tree, the proud monarch of the old forest, gently stirs in the passing breeze. The long branches extend like great guardian arms, intertwining with one another to form a colossal green roof, sheltering all the living creatures below. Underneath this roof, you feel small, yet incredibly safe. The shelter of the great forest is like the embrace of a mother, wrapping around and ready to hold you in her arms, protecting you from all the storms or chaos of the outside world. Listening closely, you will discern an enchanting transitional ribbon of sound. The lively chirping of daytime birds is fading away, yielding to the deep, steady sounds of twilight. The wind, rustling through the gaps in the leaves, sways gently, resembling an ancient lullaby, rhythmic and repetitive. The sound of a small stream flowing toward the lower reaches of Saül babbles and murmurs from afar, sounding as peaceful as a meditative melody. There is no suddenness, no jarring noises. Every movement of nature here takes place with an incredible, deliberate slowness, as if to whisper to you, slow down, let go, and trust in the arrangement of nature. Just ahead, where the small Saül stream meanders through the groves of trees, a figure stands in silence, blending into the twilight scenery. This is Amal, the dedicated ranger of the French Guiana Amazonian Park. He stands there as a part of the forest, carrying within himself the energy of calmness, understanding, and absolute respect for nature. The space around him, the exquisite backdrop of the jungle at dusk, is ready to tell you the story of the purest harmony between man and beast. Let your mind be completely at ease. Step closer and join Amal on this quiet and profoundly peaceful night patrol. The sun slowly lowers its brilliant golden crown behind the Mont Galbao ridge. At the highest point of the French Guiana Amazonian Park, a thin mist, like a silver-gray silk ribbon, begins to descend, gliding across the ancient canopies that stand nearly 50 meters high. The space opens up to a symphony of transition between day and night. The giant leaf of the ceiba tree gently stirs in the passing breeze. Amal stands there, on the bank of a small stream flowing toward the lower reaches of Saül. He wears a traditional shirt woven from tree bark fiber by the Wayampi people, his bare feet feeling the cool freshness of the pristine Mother Earth. To Amal, this forest is never silent. It merely shifts from the language of light to the language of darkness. He takes a deep breath, his chest rising and falling rhythmically with the respiration of the great wild. The sweet, rich aroma of ripe wild nutmegs fallen to the ground blends with the scent of damp earth after a late afternoon rain, soothing every sense. Amal, whispering, his voice warm and deep like a passing breeze. Be good, O Moroni River. Flow very slowly. Now is the time for weary wings to find their way back to the nest. Amal looks up at the towering forest canopy. He cups his palms together in front of his mouth, letting out a deep, long, rhythmic call, mimicking the twilight call of the macaw. Amal, you-o, the daylight has set, come home. You-o. From far off in the canopy, there is the soft, rhythmic clacking of wings from a flock of toucans and macaws, like a respectful reply, and then complete silence. The space sinks into a sweet tranquility. The wind rustling through the gaps in the leaves sways gently, resembling an ancient lullaby of the Wayapi people. Night in the Amazon is not pitch black. The night here is woven with the emerald green glowing dots of bioluminescent fungi clinging to the giant buttress roots of the curachari trees. Thousands of forest fireflies begin to light their lamps, turning the space into a galaxy that has landed upon the earthly realm. Amal walks along the familiar trail. He knows that in the understory of the forest, where epiphytic vegetation like wild orchids and soft moss tightly hold every drop of dew, sacred creatures are watching him. It is the family of white-faced saki monkeys. Amidst the foliage, a silhouette appears. It is a male saki monkey with a stark white face, standing out against a coat of jet black fur as smooth as velvet, contrasting completely with his female saki companion, who bears a gentle brownish gray coat and holds a small infant tightly to her chest. The Wayampi people call them the flying spirits because they can leap from one branch to another across a vast distance without making a single sound. Their stillness is the pinnacle of peace. Amal stops beneath the roots of the old ceiba tree. He looks up, his eyes filled with profound understanding. He does not want to startle them. He raises his hand, gently tapping 3 times against the hollow trunk of the ancient giant, then releases a soft, long shh sound, mimicking the sound of wind rushing through the feathers of the Saki monkeys as they move through the branches. Amal, calling out softly with an affectionate tone, "Chit, SSS, Chit. My white-faced friends, were the berries sweet today? Is the little one asleep yet? SSS, Chit." On the high branch, the male Saki monkey tilts its head. It is not afraid at all. It replies with a gentle clicking of its tongue, "Tak, tak," then softly leans down, using its dexterous hands to pluck a wild nutmeg berry, letting it drop precisely into Amal's waiting palm. A quiet connection, needing no words. Amal smiling in a whispered voice, "Thank you, my friend. Sleep well, shadows of the canopy. The storm will not come tonight. Rest peacefully against the chest of the old tree and sleep." The sound of water splashing gently rises from the stream, accompanied by the comfortable sigh of a wild creature. Amal continues his walk toward his guard post. Approaching the wetlands of Kaw, he hears a familiar dipping and diving sound. It is a family of giant otters. They are exhausted from playing after a long day and are now huddling together by the rustic, damp clay bank. He whistles a short, steady rhythm, the lullaby that Aluku mothers still sing by the fireside to summon the guardian spirits. Amal whistles a slow, melodious tune, repeating over and over like the lapping of waves. Amal, speaking softly, "The water is calm. The stream has softened. Let yourselves drift with the current. Friends of the river." From deep within the thicket, a majestic dark shadow steps out into the avenue of moonlight. It is a jaguar, bearing the patterns of power upon its coat. But tonight, the Lord of the Green Jungle is not hunting. It has just finished drinking water, walking slowly, gently, its claws hidden deep within its soft paw pads. It looks at Amal with warm, amber eyes, then saunters off into the darkness of the giant ferns. There is no fear. In this place, when humans respect the forest embraces humans with its greatest tolerance. No matter how deep the bond between Amal and the creatures here may be, he never forgets that he is a true ranger of the French Guiana Amazonian Park. The peace of the old forest is only maintained when the strictest safety protocols are respected. As the regal shadow of the jaguar fades into the brush, Amal does not turn his back immediately, nor does he step closer. Following proper protocol, he stands completely still in a firm yet relaxed stance, keeping his back straight to make himself appear larger under the moonlight, and absolutely avoids looking directly into the predator's eyes, an action that could be perceived as a challenge. His hand lightly touches the rescue whistle, and the specialized bear predator deterrent spray strapped to his hip out of professional habit, though he knows he will not need to use them tonight. He waits in silence for exactly 30 seconds to ensure a safe distance, feeling the direction of the wind blowing from the jaguar toward him, meaning his scent does not agitate the animal. Amal slowly backs away a few steps along the trail. His eyes, still sweeping the direction where the jaguar disappeared. He takes the radio from his belt, pressing the call button with a whisper, just loud enough to report the coordinates back to the Seoul Station Center, ensuring the night patrol log is accurately updated. Amal, whispering into the radio, his breathing steady. "Saül Station, do you copy? This is Amal. Just logged an adult jaguar at coordinates X near the turnoff to Mont Galbao Peak. In good health, normal behavior, moving deep into the western core zone. Area is secure. Proceeding with my route back to the guard post. Over." The slight static from the radio cuts off completely. Amal clips the device back to his hip, neatly adjusting his backpack straps. This caution is not born of fear, but is a testament to his professionalism and supreme respect for the boundaries of the jungle's lord. Amal's night patrol closes not with conflict, but with a silence full of mutual understanding. The story of the ranger amidst the vastness of the French Guiana Amazonian park is a beautiful testament that when humans are willing to lower their grand egos, stepping back to observe and listen, we realize that nature has never viewed us as enemies. The ancient forest, with its magnificent tolerance, is always willing to cradle and shelter those who walk with respect and empathy. The symphony of the wildlife, from the tongue-clicking of the Saki monkey, the dipping of the otters, to the tranquil gaze of the jaguar, are all musical notes forming a peaceful, shared home. Realizing this, our souls are naturally healed, shedding all external storms to return to the haven of primal peace. As Amal's silent patrol steps come to a close, he gently ascends the wooden stairs of the forest guard post. The sound of his bare feet against the rustic timber creates deep, warm notes that gradually soften and fade into complete silence as he lies down on the woven hammock made of supple palm fibers. The hammock sways gently back and forth, a slow, deliberate rhythm that begins to synchronize with his very heartbeat and respiration. From this elevated vantage point, the sweeping panorama of the French Guiana Amazonian Park unfolds like an enchanted painting, stretching infinitely like a vast carpet of deep green velvet under the cool, soothing light of the full moon. At this moment, the boundary between human and jungle completely dissolves. The awareness of a long, busy day recedes into the background, giving way to a state of absolute convergence between your mind and the quietude of the forest night. By his eyes, and precisely by your eyes right now, is a perfect blanket of white noise, nature's most delicate spiritual sedative. It is the rhythmic chirping of the Amazon cicadas, a steady, persistent, and unyielding sound, resembling the flow of an invisible hourglass, gently measuring out moments of absolute peace. Interwoven into this sonic backdrop is the sound of heavy morning dew gathering on the petals of hanging wild orchids, softly releasing themselves to fall, pattering, onto the rustic, damp soil beneath. Each drop of dew feels like a gentle touch upon the soul, washing away the very last traces of wandering thoughts. The space is not lonely in its stillness. Rather, it is filled with incredibly tender sounds. From the distant wetlands, the deep, earthy calls of tree frogs calling out to their mates drift in, warm, rustic, and soothing. The night breeze from the peak of Mont Galbao brushes through the high canopy, creating an endless rustling among millions of leaves on the ancient ceiba trees. All of these sounds meld together without a single note of discord, weaving a warm blanket of sound that wraps around your body and cradles your mind. A weightless, drifting sensation begins to spread. You feel your body becoming light, much like the flying spirits of the Saki monkeys as they glide across branches in the dark, completely weightless, completely free, and at peace. Every image of the patrol journey, the jaguar with its warm amber eyes, the family of giant otters, and the meandering Saül stream begins to fade away. They dissolve into soft ribbons of color, the emerald green glows of bioluminescent fungi, and the glittering specks of thousands of forest fireflies. The surrounding space seems to melt into a cool white haze of Saül mist. Your consciousness begins to drift, no longer tethered to any single thought. All that remains is the perception of natural breath, the gentle brush of the breeze against your skin, and the absolute protection of the great forest. Let yourself sink deeper, drifting further into this tranquil state of convergence, where sleep is drawing near, as natural and gentle as a falling leaf. The night has now completely enfolded the French Guiana Amazonian Park, bringing with it the absolute stillness and most sacred reverence of nature. Upon the palm hammock swaying softly at the high guard post, Amal's breathing has become incredibly slow, steady, and deep. The surrounding darkness is no longer an emptiness, but a warm, forgiving embrace, cradling all living things deep into the realm of dreams. Amal, his voice softening, slowing down, breath steady. The forest is asleep now. The Saki family has closed their eyes on the high branch. The jaguar has found its way back to the stone cave. The Moroni River has ceased its ripples. Now is the time for us to close our eyes. Let all worries drift away with the Saül mist. Good night, peaceful, wild. The surrounding space recedes further and further, drifting away. Amal's voice at this moment is nothing more than a whisper of the wind, a warm breath passing through the mind before dissolving into the silver mist. The background music fades lower and lower, leaving only the sound of dew falling, pattering, pattering, and your own steady, rhythmic breathing merging as one with the respiration of the ancient forest. Let go of all control completely. Let your heavy eyelids close naturally. You are safe. You are protected. Sink deep into sleep. Deep, so deep. Completely at ease and at peace. Once tonight's journey comes to a close, and you awaken tomorrow morning with a fully recharged body and a fresh mind, please take a few moments to return to this video to leave a comment, sharing your thoughts, or simply a good night wish to our community. Your interactions, likes, and shares after you wake up are the pure water that nourishes this channel, allowing us to grow and bring even more peaceful nights to everyone. But for now, wish you a deep sleep and the most beautiful dreams.